I mean, honestly, like that's a song you could like go work out to, or like just do something that like pumps you up. I mean, Timmer, I'm so pumped up right now. This is the Hoppy and Super Rich Show. Call us it's 847-866-W-NUR. It's 847-866-9687. And Timmer, who do we have on the phone line right now?
Well, right now joining us from Chicago, Illinois is Dominick, and he's the bassist from the band you just heard called Matlocks Revenge.
Which is badass. What's up, dude?
How you doing?
Good. How is your night going?
It's going good. I'm glad that you took my call. I wanted to talk about the band Matlocks Revenge.
So, Dom, it turns out that you've been playing in local bands in Chicago for a number of years now. You've been in a band called Soldier. You were in a band called Spinning Red, which we featured here on the Hoppy and Super Rich Show before. Now you've moved on to a band called Matlocks Revenge. Why don't you give us a little background about, the guys that are in the band with you, and how did you get involved with them?
Sure. The guitarist of the band, Tim Matlock, he formed the band, and we brought in drummer Mark Lira, who currently drums with a band called Trouble, which is a pretty popular band, overseas and locally. But Tim wanted to put something together, and he called me, and just putting something together. And right now we're looking for a singer, and I thought this would be a good way to come about getting a singer.
What is it like when you get that like ring and he's just like, do you want to join my band? Like, how pumped up did you get at that moment when you get that call?
Oh, it was exciting because you never know what to expect with musicians, because I've dealt with all kinds of musicians, and sometimes it don't go as planned, and how you feel it'll work out in the long run. And first off, I listened to the music that he presented to me, and I thought, well, this is kind of interesting. And I met him, and he told me that, Dom, you have free reign of what you want to play to it. Make it work for you. And when he said that, I knew it was the right man for the job.
Right, so he wants more of a collaborative effort more than like a one guy kind of runs the show dictatorship.
Sure, that's the whole point of the song that you just listened to on ReverbNation.com, where you go to Matlocks Revenge. They're all untitled.
Yeah,
and, right. We also noticed that there was no singer in the song, so it was just kind of an instrumental.
But it's badass either way. Like, how long does it take to make that song? Because like that was really good, dude.
Oh well, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know what? Sometimes music just comes, flowing through. I mean, it only takes a couple riffs, and you just work with it. And sometimes it's harder. When you write a lot, you get writer's block. But you'll be sitting there one moment, pick up the guitar, and then something like that just flows out, and you roll with it.
Now, I don't want to put you on the spot right now on the radio, but a lot of musicians either drink or smoke weed. Do some of your best ideas ever come from maybe doing weed, or is it just like laying back and just thinking about life? How do you come up with your best ideas?
Well, I guess, believe me, I've been in bands for years, so there's all kinds of stuff that were going on. But, generally smoking marijuana, it might give you a feeling, but you want to keep your head clear when you're trying to write, because it's an impulse when you're stoned.
Yeah.
You don't remember too much of it afterwards, and you don't want to do that. You want to sit down and create, but members that I've jammed with before that were like that. It don't end up well in the long run.
All right, so Dom, that was a pretty awesome track. Like you said, it was an untitled demo right now. Weren't you saying that you guys were looking for a singer currently at this moment?
Yes, we're looking right now, and the idea was that we keep them untitled so that when we get the calls that we're hoping to get from singers with experience, mind you. We don't want just somebody
some Joe Schmo coming in. Can I be in your band? And he has no talent.
Yeah, and you're not looking for like a hip hop guy to come front your band, right?
Between all the members that are in this band now, you got well over 20 years each experience. I mean, if not more. And so you just need somebody who knows how to come in, that can put down their own influence to the music, and that's what we're gonna offer them. Is you come in and put your feelings down, and we'll take it from there. No strings attached.
So if any potential vocalists out there are listening and they want to get a hold of you or Tim Matlock from Matlocks Revenge, how could they go about doing that?
Well, they just go to the reverbnation.com/Matlocks Revenge.
You know what though? I didn't see an option to contact the band there. Is there like a personal Facebook page or maybe a phone number you want to give out over the air?
Or not a phone number, but do you have like an email? Or what do you want me to tweet out at my account so that people can find it and I'll post on a Facebook page? Like, what's the best like way to get in contact? Maybe an email.
Oh well, you could go to my email. That'd be no problem. It's connected to the entire band. So
what is it?
It's KING.
AING.
K is in King.
KING.
DOM.
COM.
DOM. Kingdom.
Kingdom. God damn it.
777.
77. At what?
At live.com.
At live. Perfect. I have that right now. I will tweet it out and post it out because I want you guys to get a singer. Like, I'm a guy who's outspoken, and I'm not saying if I didn't like the song, I would come out and say it sucked. But I'm being honest when I say that was some badass music. Like, I just went on a huge rant about sports.
You know what I'll do?
Pissed me off, and that was like a perfect song to come back from. Like, that song got me so pumped up. Like, I want to go to the gym right now and do some sets. I want to go jog a marathon, dude. Like, your band is about to explode. Like, I mean it with all my heart. Like, that was some badass tunes you guys made, man.
Well, I like your passion. Maybe you'd be the kind of singer that we're looking for.
You know what?
I have no singing ability. All
No,
I can
but
do
we
is
can-
talk smack.
I can edit.
You got passion, and that's the first step into a good relationship.
I appreciate it.
You
Yeah,
know-
I'm definitely going to check out your music. I like it. What's up, Timmer?
You know what I'll do is I'll cut one of Hoppy's rants up and I'll lace it over your track.
Oh, my God, and you got the best.
Yeah, that'll work as well.
Use that last one when I'm calling him a scumbag leech, having it at the climax of the song. Oh, my God, Timmer.
Before we let you go though, Dom, you were saying that you had a few words about Hoppy's rant, like about the
What
article?
is your take? It wasn't like I went on for 25 minutes about how I hate sports analysts. What's your take, man?
Well, I agree 100% with what you were saying about people who just write about sports and they give their view and like they have some sort of scientific explanation and stuff like that.
It's just sports.
Yeah, they break it down to some crazy science.
When they don't have a clue about the game, never played the game, never felt the pain in the game, and they can sit there and make statements like this game is going to be worse
The least
than
viewed World Series ever.
It's going to be the worst World Series. Like, it's baseball. It's a sport.
Yeah, these are the two best teams right now. This is what you got. Enjoy it. Don't make excuses why it's going to be bad. Just sit down, relax, enjoy the game.
Right, exactly.
Well said, man.
Yeah, and now, okay, I will tweet out your information, and I appreciate you coming on the Hoppy and Super Rich show. Your music pumped me up. Like, that was the perfect song to come back from that rant, and I'm glad you agree with me because I'm so outspoken. A lot of times I'll get calls, people saying, Hoppy, you're an idiot. Hoppy, you ran too much. So to have someone who agrees with me boosts up my ego. So I thank you for that.
I played sports. I played sports. I'm not the one writing the stuff, so I might add a different opinion.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's another good point. You played it.
Yeah.
You know how it felt. Like, what sports did you play?
Oh, I played
Football,
generally
baseball.
and football. Yeah. And
So you lived it.
I lived it. It's a competition, and when you're sitting there as a player watching that other team, you know that team that's playing beside you.
Oh, yeah.
Beat your ass, and you got to sit back and watch them, take it in, and come back strong next year to get them.
Now, since you were a guy that played football and baseball, did you ever hear those like guys in the hallway or people that were like, how come you didn't get the tackle? Or how come you didn't get the strikeout? Like, were there people like David Schoenfield that would try to insult you and you would just look at them like, I play sports, I'm coordinated, I get the girls, you're a dweeb?
And not so much because they knew they'd get their ass kicked
Yeah.
behind the typewriter.
That's the
Amen to
worst
that.
part. This guy who wrote this article is hiding behind a keyboard. He would never confront any of the players. Even the fattest player would lay on him.
It's easy to do it that way,
Keyboard warriors.
Hey,
Well-
I want to thank you, though, for having
Oh,
me
no
on.
problem at all. We love to promote up-and-coming talent because music is getting too auto-tuned. It's getting too dancey. It's getting too rocky. So to play some real music on there, on our show, on the Chicago radio market, the third biggest market, is an honor for me. And what's up, Timmer?
All right, Dom, so thanks for giving us the heads up on Matlocks Revenge. Tell the audience once again where they could hear you and how they can get in touch with you.
They can go to ReverbNation.com/Matlocks Revenge, or they could email at kingdom777@live.com. Get in contact.
All right, I will tweet that out now at Hoppy Radio 893, both your Reverb Nation page and your email, and on my Facebook page, because I want you guys to get a singer, because, man, dude, that music pumped me up, and so did this segment. Thank you for coming on the Hoppy and Super Show.
Listen to the rest of it. You'll have a blast.
Hell yeah. Thanks for coming on the show, bro.
All right, thank you.
Man, dude, why can't we have more artists like him? I mean, I know
Needs
it's
more
easy
cowbell.
to say that, but like,
Needs more cowbell.
dude, that pumped me the hell up. I mean, music is so soft now. It's so auto-tuned. It's so blah, blah, blah. Even like alternative music that was good 10 years ago, now it's all fluffy. And that was like pump up, like I want to go punch somebody in the face music.
The best local stuff isn't going to get played or pushed as hard as something like Katy Perry or that other garbage Macklemore. Who listens to that nonsense?
Hipsters that are trying to fit in, who have their little Starbucks coffee in their hand, and they're a bunch of dweebs who never fit in, so now they feel like they fit in because they wear the same clothes. You're all tools. You're all douchebags. You're all scumbag losers.
You know, guys.
Yeah, there you go.
Back in June, my buddies did a gig. Like, they're in a band. You know, that whole fun stuff. I mean, you know, I went in just like to see them, but to see some of these like up and coming like local artists, like
awesome.
It's almost unbelievable that these guys barely get signed by record deals. I mean, right now, like, my buddy's band's just working out in Independence.
But that talentless skank known as Kesha, that talentless whore known as Iggy Azalea, that big fat ass known as Nicki Minaj. I know it's rap, it's a different genre, but the fact that they can get signed is a joke. The fact that Bieber got signed off of YouTube, but Matlocks Revenge hasn't gotten signed yet is an utter joke. It's an utter travesty, and it pisses me off. What's up, Timmer?
You guys did on the show talk about the Snoop Lion Iggy Azalea.
Snoop Dogg, yeah.
Oh, isn't it really like not a coincidence how she looks like Marlon Wayans from White Chicks?
Yeah, that was so funny.
Dude, it is identical.
I know, and she's not hot at all. I saw she doesn't have a sex tape because I think they like did a good job covering it up. But with the guy from the Lakers, Nick Young, there was like a picture of her ass. It looks like a pillowcase. It's not very sexy. Like, everyone's into these fake big asses now. Ew. And her face, she looks like a Barbie doll that got put in, like, bleach and got put in the washing machine and got all messed up.
More like in the dryer and it melted.
More like he got hit by a train.
Yeah.
And then they tried to have plastic surgery to fix it, and it didn't work. She's like the Joan Rivers of hip-hop. She's hideous.
You know what? I got a friend in Australia that I do a podcast with, and he said she was absolutely nobody out there until she came to America.
Is she from there?
Yeah.
I'm so fancy. Are you, honey? You're a skank.
How does she have, like, a South Side accent where she's all ghetto, but she comes from Australia?
It's because you, like, grow it. I can get a Jersey accent if I try hard enough. I'm
Joyzy.
so fancy.
Joyzy.
You already know.
Or
if
from
you're
Boston.
so fancy.
Boston.
Listen,
It's
if
wicked
you're so
awesome.
fancy and you're so great, you don't need to brag about how fancy.
Oh, my God, Barbara. Park the car.
Park the car in the garage.
I mean, let's just play a little bit of this. I'm not playing it.
Let's not play any of
please.
it.
No. Please.
Wait, all
Like,
right,
you
all
hear
right.
this voice?
Wait,
listen.
Let's critique. All right, wait. First of all, this is the worst bass riff I've ever heard.
It's so bland.
I could have
I
made
could have made it in GarageBand.
Not even. I could have made this on a Play School toy.
Oh my God, let me get to the
I've
fancy.
heard better beats from a leapfrog machine.
All right, I'm not going to play too much of it because I don't want to make my audience go deaf and kill themselves and crash into a
Change
pole.
the station.
But here's, or that too. But here's the worst part of the song. This actually sounds like nails on a chalkboard. And the fact that she's signed and she's making millions, and the fact that Matlocks Revenge, who we just had on, isn't signed, pisses me off. All right, here's that talentless skank known as Iggy Azalea.
I'm so fancy. You already know I'm in the
That voice! how can you like that? Even if I'm drunk, I'll be like, why is that bitch talking?
That's
You
a
know
lot
what
of
I mean?
production. There's echo and reverb on it. It's
I
garbage.
wonder what she sounds like when she raps. You know she has no talent. I mean,
She's
enough
like
of
the
this
Nicki
trash.
Minaj.
Okay,
That's
I'm not
funny.
going to say Nicki Minaj has talent, but there were a few songs with Lil Wayne where
That
she was
actually-
tolerable. She
Right.
wasn't good,
Two
but
more
she didn't.
people.
But she didn't hurt my ears. But once she got to top 40 and she had that song back in 2012, that's when she was bad. But Nicki Minaj had a few songs where I didn't like it, but I didn't change the radio channel. I'm like, okay, this is all right. But that
There-
new song with the guy... What's that new song that's Anaconda? Like, that's
Anaconda.
unlistenable. When I hear the first 2 seconds of it on the radio, I exit out. Nicki Minaj never was good, but she never was horrible. You know what I mean?
I disagree. She's always been garbage to me.
Maybe
like
I'm
ever since, because I think the first time I heard her is when, wasn't it Katy Perry who sang "I Kissed a Girl"?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's about the time I heard of her, and it's like I couldn't listen to either one because it was so repetitious. They played it on top 40.
Ugh.
Like, and that's
Top
all we ever
40
listened to at
was
work.
better 10 years ago. I'm telling you, there was something about top 40 10 years ago that was just...
Well, because they played a variety
Wasn't
of
I
stuff.
Kissed a
not
Girl
the-
like 10 years
It was
ago?
rap, it was pop, it was
Yeah.
dance. It wasn't just like the same boy
Right.
bands. And none of the boy bands that are out
You
are
know-
from here. They're all from Australia, and they're
Do you also-
douchebags with grease in their hair.
Or England.
Do you also know that, like, one of the producers is, like, the same on every one of those tracks?
Oh, yeah,
There's
yeah.
always one guy who's involved with every project.
I think it's like Scooter Braun.
Yeah, and he's like the
He's like the
le-
Ryan Seacrest of that industry.
and he's the least known billionaire out there. Like, how the hell is he doing that?
All right. I'm getting mad talking about the
Yeah.
music business. So here's the deal.
Coming up, the Hoppy and Super Rich Show.
There was an event that happened that was pretty scary. A woman from Tucson, I'm going to have K-Wall read about this, was brutally attacked over a missed Taco Bell breakfast. And we will leave you hanging on what happened so you can keep listening to our great show. Call the show, though. 847-866-WNUR. It's 847-866-9687. What's your Twitter account, K-Wall?
At KWall31. That's 2 L's.
What about you, Timmer?
At TIMM_3R.
All right. And once again, call us, 847-866-WNUR. It's 847-866-9687. Because we want you to give your take on everything we've done in the last hour. Up next is Frankie J, that girl, taking you back to 2006. We'll be right back. Hang on.
The Hoppy and Super Rich Show.
Many girls, none can compare, 'cause I can't keep my eyes off that girl.
She got a deal in the face like a supermodel, and a body built just like a Coke bottle.
None can compare.
This is an official broadcast of Hoppy Radio. For more info, check out hoppyradio.com and hoppysworld.com.